Welcome to Module 2. This is where we stop building cute AI toys and start identifying the workflows that will actually change your workload and your work life. Most teams try to automate the wrong things first. They start with the shiny stuff, the interesting stuff. I'm going to walk you through my favorite filter for automation: eliminate, simplify, automate. And then I'll show you proven automation-ready use cases across FP&A, treasury, and accounting. By the end, you'll choose your workflow, the one that will deliver real measurable time savings for you. Before you build anything, you need to make sure the work is actually worth automating. Here's the reality: automation does not fix a bad process. It just makes the chaos happen faster. So the eliminate, simplify, automate framework helps us clean house first. Eliminate. Stop automating junk work. Eliminate is the most underrated step in finance. We spend months automating reports that nobody reads. So ask yourself, who actually uses this report? What decision does it drive? If I stopped sending it, who would notice? If the answer is nobody, congratulations. You just saved yourself a quarter of your workload by not building an agent for it. Here's an example: a region-level cost center roll forward that 3 people skim and no one acts on. They can use the higher-level report. Simplify. Reduce complexity before you automate. Simplify is where your agent starts winning. If your process feels like a bowl of spaghetti, multiple data sources, 17 exceptions, 3 versions of truth, don't hand that mess to AI. You'll get insane results. Simplify means combining reports, standardizing naming conventions, removing unnecessary steps, and tightening logic. Agents thrive when the process is clean. Here's an example. Instead of mapping 200 accounts manually, consolidate them with a short mapping table the agent can use. What's left is your gold mine for agents. Once you eliminate junk and simplify the rest, what remains is automation-ready work. These are things that are recurring, rule-based, structured, with predictable inputs and predictable outputs. These are perfect for AI agents. An example is a monthly variance commentary. It's the same structure, the same cadence, with new data in a similar format each month. It's ideal for automation. Now let's walk through real workflows that teams automate successfully. Think of these as templates. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to get huge time savings. Starting with FP&A, FP&A is a gold mine for automation because so many processes are repetitive and rule-based. The first use case here is a variance commentary assistant, one of my favorites. You input actuals versus budget and have the agent identify top variances, classify drivers, and draft the first pass of your commentary. The output is bullet-ready explanations. Another use case is a forecast assumption explainer. The agent reads all the forecast changes, explains what moved and why. The third use case is a top-down challenger forecast. The agent generates high-level forecasts to compare with the business forecast. It's great for sanity checking. Now some treasury use cases. Treasury is all about daily and weekly structured workflows. It's perfect for automation. The first use case is a daily liquidity summary. You input bank files, the agent aggregates the balances, flags low accounts, and gives you FX exposure. The output is a morning briefing email sent to whoever needs to have it. The second use case are cash movement alerts. The agent monitors the banking information for large inflows and outflows, and when it sees one, it triggers alerts and recommended actions. A third use case is an investment policy compliance agent. This checks your exposures, maturities, and ratings, flags violations, and can cite policy sections. And some accounting use cases. Accounting gets absolutely crushed by repetitive rules-driven tasks. They are prime automation material. The first use case is a closed checklist assistant. The agent tracks tasks, ownership, completion, it sends reminders, and flags blockers. Second use case is a reconciliation explainer. The agent reviews the reconciliation data, summarizes the differences, and drafts explanations. And the third, one of my favorite, is a policy Q&A assistant. The agent reads your revenue recognition, lease accounting, T&E policies, and it can answer questions with citations. Now it's your turn. You're going to pick one workflow to automate as your capstone project. Something real from your world that will save actual hours. Here's how to choose a good candidate. First, there must be clear inputs. If the inputs change every week, you'll hate yourself. Choose something with predictable structure, like P&L exports, bank files, forecast assumptions, reconciliations, or policy documents. Make sure it has clear rules and logic. If the process involves a lot of, well, it depends, automation gets harder. Look for workflows with thresholds, classifications, steps, or policies the agent can follow. Number 3, clear outputs. Great agents produce things like commentary, summaries, alerts, compliance checks, tables, and decisions. Make sure the output you're looking for is clear. Number 4, high frequency equals a high return on investment. The more often you do it, the more valuable automation becomes. Daily, weekly, monthly, that's the sweet spot. You're not going to get the same benefit out of quarterly or annual. Number 5, a high time cost. If a workflow takes 5 hours a month, if it takes 20 hours, a perfect automation target. When you define your workflow, write one simple statement. If this agent can do X, it will save me Y hours per month. That's your North Star, that's what you'll build, and that's what you'll show leadership when you present the ROI. So before you continue on to the next module and start building your AI agent, make sure you've identified the workflow that you're going to move forward with, because I'm going to have you thinking about that workflow and planning that workflow as we go through the rest of the course.